In the rainy town of Milford, Detective Rachel Moore investigates the brutal murder of businessman John Harrison. With no witnesses or clues, her instincts lead her to Clara, the nervous receptionist. Confronted with evidence, Clara's lies unravel, revealing her motive: embezzlement. In a desperate attempt to hide her crime, she chose violence. But Rachel's relentless pursuit of truth unmasks the guilty shadow lurking in the silent witness. The rain had been falling relentlessly for hours, washing the streets of the small town of Milford in a cold, gray sheen. Detective Rachel Moore sat in her car, staring at the old brick building across the street. It was a nondescript office building, nothing special, except for the fact that it had been the scene of a gruesome murder only 2 days ago. The victim was John Harrison, a well-known businessman respected in the community but with a reputation for playing dirty behind closed doors. His death had sent shockwaves through Milford, but the investigation was stalled. No witnesses, no security footage. It was as if the killer had vanished into thin air. Rachel glanced at the file on the passenger seat, filled with photos of the crime scene, but something was missing. No sign of forced entry. No struggle. Harrison had been shot in his office, his body discovered by his secretary. It seemed like a professional hit, but who would want him dead? She needed a break in the case. As she stepped out of the car, a woman's voice caught her attention. "You're still here." It was Clara, the receptionist from the building. Clara had been one of the few people at the scene who hadn't been questioned thoroughly. Rachel approached her slowly. "You didn't mention anything about seeing anything unusual the night of the murder," Rachel began, her voice calm but firm. Clara's eyes darted around nervously. "I didn't see anything," Clara replied quickly. "I was in the lobby all evening. People come and go all the time." Rachel didn't buy it. There was something off about Clara's demeanor. "I've reviewed the security footage," Rachel said, watching Clara's face closely. "You were the last person to leave the building that night. The elevator logs show you went to Harrison's floor." Clara's face paled, and for a moment Rachel thought she might crack. But Clara quickly recovered, her voice shaky. I didn't go to his office. I just took the elevator up to get something from my desk." Rachel knew there was more to the story, but Clara wasn't ready to talk yet. Rachel left the building, her mind racing. Something didn't sit right. The receptionist knew more than she was letting on. The next day, Clara's story unraveled. It was discovered that she had been embezzling money from Harrison's company for months, but when he found out, he'd confronted her, threatening to expose her crime. Clara, desperate to keep her secret, had killed him, hoping to frame the murder as a botched robbery. But Clara hadn't counted on Rachel. The detective's sharp instincts and relentless pursuit of the truth had exposed the silent witness, the one who thought she could hide in plain sight.